Hello, my name is Jeff Coots. I'm at Jackson Independent. I'm the CIO, DTC, AIR, IC, STLP coordinator, you name it, I'm pretty much it there and when it comes to tech. One of the big things this year, and it's really been a thing that I've always done throughout my life, is work with video and stuff, and I thought that one of the things that I would do for a school is try to integrate that in. I know if you just heard Ms. Dalpett, she's done a great job with her group because they are using the video, but it's also being used throughout our old school this year. So when we started out this project, and here's the real big reason, and she actually hit on it earlier, there was about a 600% increase, and I can handle it in my ear, 600 increase in media growth in our state in the last 5 years, and that's major. And if you start to think about that, what we're doing in the classroom, when you start taking out the arts, you're taking away part of what our state is actually growing in. So we need to actually look at those things. So for our district, this grant is actually an opportunity that has allowed us to do a lot of great things. I really looked at middle school and high school when I first started this, and I'm also going to talk about some other little things. The Mevo camera, if you stop on the transmedia course out here, you'll see it actually, and there are kids that are actually using that device. It's not only being used in the classrooms to record things or students to make products, but teachers are using it also to record themselves. So that's one of the big things. We also got a green screen, and that's been the real big pull in for our students. We use the holler for trainings, which is something that we felt that we needed because we need to know about the product. We also want to know some more graphical things that we can integrate into those things. And then, of course, I started out. I actually went to the STEM class, and the reason I went to the STEM class first was because they were talking about cameras. And so I went in, I just did a little quick overview with them, and you can see me here working for one of the little girls in the class, and they did some basic recordings, just basic to start out. And then we set up a green screen room. Of course, we had to iron that little green screen because it got too wrinkled, but you'll see better video later. But we wanted to make sure we had the area to do this in, and one of the things that was really good was that our librarian had some extra space, and we went to her and said, hey, can we use that? Only downside, it gets noisy in the library. And you think libraries are quiet, so I don't know. But we did do some green screen overview with the kids too in the middle school. But it has all become so much more. So to me, it was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go out and train. These kids are going to pick it up, and I'll do the grant. But what's actually happened, and this is what changed my mind, is when I actually went into a kindergarten class to film a, I guess, Go Noodle exercise thing for a kindergarten teacher, and I looked at this little girl and I said, Miss Holland, that's our kindergarten teacher, I said, can I use her to actually record them? Let her make her own video. So she actually sat down, and in 5 minutes she was actually making her own video with this device. And so here you can actually see this is an iPad Pro here, but it can be done on a phone or it can be done on an iPad. The camera actually syncs to it, and it actually picks up to 9 different scenes which you can click on, which is great. She sat there and she would click, and she was having so much fun, and the kids were jumping around, and it would energize me. I thought that was really good. Well, then I took it another step further. We used some of the stuff that we already had in our school, which is basically the IMAX, which we got through DataScene, and then the Mondo camera, which you'll see out here, which we got through ARI, and we've integrated all that into this green screen technology. But then we did the train the trainer. The 3 girls that you see out here are actually trainers who have trained her whole 7th grade, whole 6th grade, actually trained her high school, and have made over 100 videos since October. So this is really big for them, the hands-on training. So Ms. Dalpett, they're in front of the camera getting video. These guys are behind the scenes creating the stuff, but they're also directing and stuff. So it's pretty interesting to see this. We've also got an editing station back there which the students can work with, and I'm going to have to go through a lot. And then, as she just said, we're using it throughout our whole school. So I was really impressed how much video we've actually captured this year. Products, and I'll just go through a couple. We've done student, teacher, and in this case, superintendent interviews. The kids have actually used the green screen, which they love. We've recorded things for Gear Up, different organizations in our school. This is my favorite. At the end, you'll see a video of these little guys getting out, these little kindergartners, and we actually have the news products from, I think, kindergarten through 4th grade. Middle school has done it. High school is begging to do it. So they do the weather, and they actually have a clicker, and they look at that, and they do the weather just like they do it on the news. So they're getting the hands-on training with that. We've done, this is our biggest YouTube one right now, presidents and first ladies. They created the products. And then these ladies out here, there was an ATI grant that went out for videoing. They applied, not with paper, they actually made a video saying, this is why I want to do it. So this is actually took steps in their minds to step beyond just a normal class, product. They want to do this, and they're actually jumping at, wanting to go over there so bad. But the thing about it is, they made videos that mean things too. So those ladies and the other ones have made things like antivirus, sources of strength, which are things for a Gear Up program that have helped their students, with problems they're having. So personalizing their videos. These kids are being pulled from, teacher comes up and says, hey, can you come with me and make a video for me for this product? And it's worked out really great. This one I'll talk about just for a few seconds. This young lady, she's wanting to do an entrepreneurial grant. She didn't do one for ARI this year, but next year she's going to apply for the governor's and for this one. What she actually did was she came up and she said, I have an idea. My idea is that I would love to make a yearbook of students K through 12 that follows the kid every year. And so her idea was that she needed help. So she came to those girls, which actually is the whole class, and all these students in 7th grade are working right now only with kindergarten. They're recording and making videos for every kindergarten person in there. So, it's really amazing. And that's why I'm saying they made over 100 videos plus with things like that. The big things, of course, we went to the state. We've done recordings here and there, so they're getting real world. And you can see in this one, the Mondo or the Mevo's working here. Little girl's she's actually controlling it, whereas Brady, he's using his little phone. If you watch the news people anymore, they use their phones to read off their script and stuff. So they're doing the same things. Again, it's just we're trying to invest our time in them and making sure they understand how to do things. We're doing live productions too. Brady's over on the Mevo. I'm sitting here with the Mondo setup, and we're recording the entrepreneurial thing that our school received because of that one young lady. Stats. Biggest thing about stats is this. Dr. Hawkins talks about it. It's unreal. He goes, hey, this conference is being viewed all around the world. But I can tell you right now, my YouTube videos are too. So what I mean by that is Google Analytics through your YouTube will actually tell you what your top videos are. It's great. But what's even more better than that is where it's being seen in the world. So we're worldwide. So I can say that. Not only that, you can break it down even into it more. So if I go into the United States, I can say, I was always thinking, hey, it's just Breathitt County watching us. That's it. It's not just Breathitt County. We've got people in Georgia, Indiana, Ohio. I can say to our board, and I have, here's some stats, and it tells about what our students are doing and their successes. Our voice is being heard around the world. And if you don't know, you can break it down. Here's the videos in your state. But even better than that, and this is one thing that I tell my students, we're selling a product. Where do we sell that product to? Right now it looks like our product's being hit mostly with computers, but mobile devices. You can break that down into mobile devices to find out specifically what is the most important or the one they use most. Right now it's iPhone, about 90% versus Android. And again, that bad little thing right now, Facebook, yeah. People are using it, and it actually breaks it down on where it's been seen in the world. So those things can be told. You can look at it on our YouTube channel, which is located on our Jackson Independent webpage. But let me tell you, and here's the reason that, stats are great. They are. I can tell you right now, the stats I can take to the board looks good. Here's the real winner. It's the kids. Because number one, I can use any device to record, make something. It's just the truth to it. As long as you work with those kids and they get that energy. When I was walking down the hallway in our elementary, two of the little girls that had actually done this, they come up, grabbed my leg and said, hey, when do we get to do it again? And then come in here. And then I went into their classroom, their kids, there's like 20 or 30 of them in there. They said, please let us go next, please, and let's do it. So I know based on just seeing those. The high school came to me and said, why aren't we doing it? And I said, here's the reason why. Number one, and this is the news, I need help. I said, we need help from your teachers and stuff. I mean, because elementary teachers are working with me, middle schoolers working with me. But I told them, I said, go back up to your high school teacher and talk to them. And they did, and the teacher said, I didn't know the kids really want to do it. And I said, yeah, their voice is being heard. So that's how I'll end this.